2. And Binary is going to be picking up the team-upless Rogue.
We'll see how that fares. I think it's one of the first times we're seeing Rogue like without the Gambit, because like I think it was like Heretics that was allowed to play Gambit and Rogue in this case.
Yeah.
But I think Sestroid is such a boon too for Fire Strays, because yes, him and Sloppo can overlap.
Okay,
on the
chat, we have some good
Cyclops,
news.
We'll
Emily's awake now. We can be a little loud.
Woo! Triple strategist. So Blackso is setting up for an interception, but now deciding to just play towards the point.
Yeah, I think realizing that with like this double hit scan setup, actually going in close and personal for a fight, not in their favor. Fire Strays want to play this slow. Look for
happy early 4th of July. Fireworks tonight? No, people do fireworks tomorrow, guys.
Would have punched damage from the Wolverine early on and get the passive.
Yeah, passive is out.
Yeah, tomorrow, man. Tomorrow. Jacob with the massive dono, though. Appreciate it.
Is putting the press on, and with the team up of the Invisible Woman, you get that extra
boring games incoming. I don't think any of these games are going to be boring today. I think both of these teams are going to probably be evenly matched. It's going to be a back and forth. I don't think it's going to end up at 3-0.
That was just a bad disengage. 3 squishy players in one corridor where you can get bounced on by Sestroid. Blackto's able to hit all of them.
Also, I can't celebrate 4th of July this year. I failed my country. I came in second in Marvel Rivals World Cup chat. USA came in second. I could have celebrated if we came in first, but I failed. I don't deserve to celebrate.
Charm and negate some of this, but Fire Strays are front and center trying to build up some of these strategist ultimates before Shikigami engage.
All right, early Rogue engage here. Quick pull, mitigated by Kai, going into that Diamond Form and gaining CC immunity. Still, Binary wants to try and keep this high ground contested.
Yeah, you're right. What a disgrace.
Off of it, but the poke is not going to be
Hey,
ideal.
you sound like Big Dad.
Grab hit by the Rogue here, but Binary is still going to be isolated, so a 2v1 has to be managed up on the top. Binary, though, is working some magic here. Even with the pocket on Frost Mountain, manages to find the elimination. Nasty stuff.
And it's nasty to win that fight without needing to invest a single ultimate. Like, Closer was keeping that first invisible boundary close to his chest, and Binary being so good at any of the brawl Vanguards.
Y'all did your best. Oh, I'm not mad with second place, chat. I'm just memeing.
It's gonna be his specialty.
I don't know if I can celebrate what do you call it, 4th of July though, because obviously we have our matches to watch.
Will have to be the cap who has to synchronize kind of this hybrid dive, put pressure on the flank, but right now the pressure's on Blackso to give up the high ground.
Okay, but here's the coup de grace of the comp ready to go. The Raging Royal Flush from Lindstrom, out from the Gambit onto most of Shikigami. They take cover inside of the Invisible Boundary, but Closer
yeah, you calling me?
On the point as well to
I have
sure
it.
There's no free cap given over to Shikigami.
Yeah.
Binary makes a deep dive, and now it's going to be a freedom charge, leading forth members of Shikigami, but on the other side, Snost has brought out the Kumiho, the big stepper, ready to try and meet Isidore in a little bit of a melee battle, and Binary's buying space for the remainder of the team.
Give me 2 seconds. Let me finish this round real quick, and I'll give it to you.
To get away from the Galactic Legend. Frost Mountain sees Binary getting a little bit spicy for my takes as he moves away from the remainder of the team, and now Fire's Vanguards have been decimated.
And through all of that investment from Shikigami to only get 2 eliminations, like, they really had to shove a Fire Strays.
I really don't like this Star-Lord skin.
Strategist ultimates, even through Blackso not stunning anyone. That might have been through the Eye of Agamotto. That might have been a result of Kaya being front
Vicky, appreciate the 7 months.
The Emma,
I don't know if I said that.
Will have the Galactic Legend, and he's coming in from behind. Shikigami don't have a strategist ultimate to answer, and Sloppo's gonna have to pull the trigger.
Oh my goodness, the Star-Lord guy coming in from behind. Very impressive. Great angle, but good cover as well. So Sloppo's mostly entirely mitigated. He's going to have to try and fly away. He's not getting ahead. Oh, Leila's quick to try and punch that one out. The concussion beams get it done.
Dude, come on, man.
Energy to work with and a lot of space on the point to commandeer. For Fire, I think this one's cooked. They're back to spawn.
I'm surprised that Fire Strays couldn't push through the front lines to try and combine with Sloppo's synchronization issue for Fire Strays, but they did get to 99%. They just got to build a good stack of ultimates, but Shikigami could go the distance. I mean, they got the Ruby Rage. Maybe the stars will align for them if Fire Strays continue to push through this low ground.
For now, just checking Binary.
Bro's looking like J3 out there. Chat, my Star-Lord, I would never do that on Star-Lord. Come on. Oh my god. People were saying, why don't you... Rogue, bro. This is Rogue without the Gambit, by the way.
Double strategist ult from Fire. Lands. We've overlaid them. The Ruby Rage as well. It's was pulled on in by the Rogue. Unbelievable synergy from Fire Strays. And they're looking on.
Are they going to be able to get that TP down?
A sense 2 of the 9 hills, opening a
yeah, they're going to be able to get it down.
Here's another hurrah from Shikigami to try and keep the overtime wick burning, and it's Isidore that has to sustain and delay for as long as possible, as Kath will assist. The Eye of Agamotto from Blackstone gets no one, as Layla's tries to stand
Would you
tall.
actually say Rogue without Gambit is very under? I mean, I feel like with the team up, they're going to be really strong, but I do feel like they should be at least playable without the team up. Like, the team up shouldn't make your... If they ban your team up, you shouldn't be totally useless.
Going to be one less option to try and do that. Sloppo finds them on the outside, starts to work the margins here.
But nonetheless, I still think we rarely see Rogue without the team up.
Is almost available. The anti-heal's been given over onto Binary. Sloppo
at least
again around
I
the
do.
back as the Galactic Legend moves in towards Kath, but it's taken too much damage from the Cyclops. The aim battle, even with the aimbot, is not going so well right now for Peter Quill, and Frostmount's a bit of more than he could chew. The Dark Maelstrom into the midst of
damn. Okay, chat, let me give Emily back her phone because she's awake.
Take away the first Celestial hand.
And I love Sloppo's style on the Star-Lord, the way that he's able to coordinate with his team when he can go on these off angles and sometimes even full flanks. And I think like he's taking more conservative angles, so he is able to disengage back towards his strategist. And he gave a lot of respect to Kath, because as soon as she noticed the Star-Lord, she could have gone for a freeze. And only 4 casualties for Fire Stray's side. Like, they were so good at disengaging. Like, that was basically like 100 to 99, and Fire Stray's only went down 4 times. Like, talk about this push and pull and how they were able to find so much shelter, which Shikigami had to keep committing and committing ultimates to finally get just a few eliminations, just enough to zone off the point, and then Fire Strays were able to retake just that easy. So Fire Strays take the first point, and I'm not seeing huge changes in the composition, but minus
at least the
Isidore
air conditioning's coming in this room now.
Damn, I want to see
my thighs aren't sticking together.
Nasty on the
oh, sorry, my mic was on.
So far, and still has a Heartbreaker to play with.
Oh, Frost Mountain on the Bucky, a few changes for Shikigami to strengthen their neutral, but it's going to be a lot of poke from Sloppo and Cestroid's side to kind of dismantle these Isidore walls.
Jay, did you buy a new phone yet? No. If I buy a new phone online and they ship it to me, can I activate it through my carrier at home, or do I have to take it to the carrier, chat?
Right now, going into the Fox form, quickly transforming. The Kumiho has been unleashed, but nothing to step on just here. Throwing a little tantrum on the points, but
you can do it at home?
Soon as FYR get the cap.
Wow, technology's advancing, bro. Holy shit,
like
I remember when I have to go to the carrier.
You want to play on the high ground, the perimeter, because that's where the hit scans have so much good cover. They can
technology, man. Oh my god. I remember when I used to watch black and white television. You're telling me I could order a phone and have it and do it all at home now?
It's almost like all the pins of Shikigami come through this choke. This could be disastrous.
It's crazy.
And worst case scenario, Closer has been really good at having more passive invisible boundaries that Fire Strays can fall back to. Oh, canceled!
Oh, the surprise there coming through from the Wolverine.
Wait,
Mountain's primary target. Big strangling prison. Grabs in 2, and the follow-up is solid from the side
chat,
of Shikigami.
iPhones don't have SIM cards, guys.
That one's a bargain.
And no rage from Cestroid. The ultimate canceled. The thing that Fire Strays were supposed to initiate just waited too long
have SIM
until
cards.
Shikigami shot him down, and now they're in a defensive
The newest
position.
iPhones do not have SIM cards, chat.
Wolverine, a good swap from the Bucky after he was first picked, and he's already trying to pull a Vanguard in.
Oh, Layla shouting out, "Behold my Ruby Rage!" And Closer saw it too close that time.
eSIM. Bro, you guys are just lying about these eSIM things. What's next? What's something else that's probably fake that you guys are going to say is real? E-dating?
They can pull with the Wolverine, they can wall off with the Groot, and this combo, especially to defend with, is massive for Shikigami. Kaya can also hang off the ceiling or the walls.
You guys are just slapping E in front of anything and calling it a word nowadays.
More time for Shikigami.
Kids these days, bro.
All right, welcome Black Toe Cook
Kids these days.
Pulled off, grabbed in, floating all above. Cloak of Levitation now on cooldown. It's going to make the Eye of Agamotto a touch more difficult to grab. Already Closer taken down again. Kai was diving in the back while the distraction was in towards the front. There's always another angle that Shiki are playing, but not the one to heal Frost Mountain, unfortunately.
And Kaya feasted the Abyss right onto those strategists. Closer falls, and you're missing a bulk of those heals, especially like group healing that the Invisible Woman provides. Shikigami definitely in this driver's seat.
Ooh! Ooh! Wait a minute, that bunny hop was a little fucking sexy right there. He shifted and then bunny hopped to keep the momentum. Ooh!
And even after being freed into the White Fox form, there's too much follow-up.
Yo, Sensei, appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub. up? Welcome, my friend. Or should I say,
get behind the tree, get behind me.
Thank you. I don't know, kids these days.
From the punch dimension itself, Kyan unable to really survive in on this one, but still Shikigami attacking in one after, able to keep this point contested. Frost Mountain running low on HP.
I got an eSIM on my Galaxy Fold and did all the transfer at home using an app and double it.
But I'm glad Fire Strays are finding confidence because
you can't fold a Galaxy.
And initiated
you can't
by
fold
Shikigami,
space. What are you saying?
And execute their game plan. Fire Strays lost a couple of people and decided to still invest those ultimates. So really commending Sloppo to create some of this chaos.
You think the Galaxy is just a piece of paper that you can fold?
But you still have to get through those Groot walls.
Yeah, a lot of homework to be done when
kids
it comes to breaking down
man.
those Groot walls. And a Strangling Prison ready to go for Isidore as well. Has to worry about the Guardian Shield here from closer. Too much of a range.
You guys are getting e-baited, bro.
By a quick draw from Sue Storm. For now, though, Shikigami have full control of the high ground. So they choose when this fight begins. Isidore drops on down, trying to help out their Wolverine and Ironwood Wall to isolate Binary, who gets grabbed on in and starts to use the Heartbreaker. It takes away Isidore's ult temporarily. And
oh my god.
The hands of Shikigami.
Oh my god.
Man, the Fire Strays Vanguard line is such a highlight. And now one last touch. You see that Binary's trying to prevent the portal from Frost Mountain from coming through, or at least is going to spot it out. Returns to his team. Closer has been so patient with the invisible boundary, and you have the strategist advantage to Fire Strays.
All right, big control on the point right now for Shikigami. Closer got two squishes.
Wait, how did an Inviswoman kill two supports? What?
From the other side now, Binary body blocking as you're inside now, and in Destroid's big house. Destroid is the boss. Consider yourself Destroid as between the dimensions, Blackso opens the eye of Agamotto, and he sees all the futures in which Fire Strays can sweep away domination.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was the first game of the day. For a round of this round.
Closer keeping the Psionic Vortex right at the entry point of the portal, and Fire Strays standing tall despite getting punched down upon by Shikigami.
Yeah, what the hell is a Samsung, Chad? Is that a phone? That's not a phone, bro. What did Sam sing? That's a good one. Samsung? Well, what did he sing? Who's Sam and what did he sing? I like that. Ay, 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 ay. Jay gonna pull out the Nokia soon? Nokias are amazing, bro. I remember my dad had a Nokia, and I used to play that Snake game on it. That game was goated. Also, Nokias just don't break. You could drop your phone several times. That thing would never break. iPhones nowadays, you drop it, screen shatter. $400 to fix. So everyone's just going to ignore what this guy just said. No one is responding to this guy. You guys are all just going to ignore that. You guys are all just going to ignore that guy. I just took a delicious little fart in my mouth. Hope everyone is having a good Friday. No one's going to say anything to that guy. You guys all just ignored him. You guys are all just gonna ignore that guy. Did you say hi to Emily for us, chat? No, Emily is still MIA right now. Holy shit, yeah, wait, you were following since 2017, almost 10 years ago, and your first message in my chat was, that. Oh, Emily took over the stream last night. Emily might take over the stream today again. To keep myself from not going insane. Oh, Rico Suave, by the way. Appreciate the Master Prime sub. To keep myself sane, I think between NA and EMEA, I might have Emily take over the stream so I could take a nap, bro. I am dying. Huh? Wait, why is this not? Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. A nap? You're supposed to fix your phone still. I don't have a phone, chat. Apple manage your Apple account. Yeah, GG's. Never mind. Does it feel like the old days? Yes! It sucks not having a phone, dude. You know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna go outside and catch a fucking pigeon and then, like, just tie a note to its leg and set it free. Who won between Virtus Pro and Team Heretics? I don't want to spoil it for you, but I feel like you should go watch it. That was a really good series. Yeah. Emily said you don't text or call anyone. That's not true at all. I text my dad every day. I always tell him good morning and I hope you have a great day. And also, I also text him good night. So Emily is just lying to you guys. Who are you guys gonna believe, bro? Emily, the liar, or Jay3, the truther? Come on, man. She did say you only text your dad. See? That's somebody. Is Emily trying to say that my dad's a nobody?
The first time domination has been taken in favor of Fire Strays against Shikigami so far this season, preseason included. So a good win for them to start off strong and potentially prevent the promo relegation bracket run that they would have to make in the stage 2 if they fall in this series. Shikigami, a lot to work through, but
will you be on GTA 6 when it releases? Probably not.
Specifically,
not
I mean, we saw some great performances from the Duelist lineup, but everyone involved on Fire Strays.
Yeah, Fire Strays ended up putting Sestroid on the Cyclops and allowing Sloppo to explore maybe his deeper duelist hero pool, but it was binary. Being allowed to play the Rogue and to do so without
just buy
the
a phone on Amazon and
like
overnight
really
ship it.
Proving to us that Rogue's buffs are
okay, Bree, we know you're rich with that overnight shipping.
Okay,
paying that extra $50 for overnight shipping. Okay, Bree, you see, can we get 5 good?
Binaries had this up their sleeve all along, hitting some excellent pulls as well to peel like the Wolverine. Somehow managed to get multiple assassinations onto Star-Lord as Rogue is uncanny stuff, and it would appear that like the respect just wasn't given over from Shikigami for the neutral Rogue and really hit a bunch of surprises.
And I'm surprised that Shikigami didn't even win the second round. Like, they had such a strong win condition. They were defending. They were able to have the Venom engage, Isidore wall off anything that Frost Mountain kidnaps. But kind of the running theme for Shikigami is that Frost Mountain starts off well, but then eventually gets countered. He has the highest amount of casualties because the Wolverine is such a punishable hero to go up against. When you have Black Cell on the Doctor Strange, who has the team up with the Invisible Woman, having that extra pull, that extra second that you can dump damage into Frost Mountain, even through the passive, he can be bursted down, and Fire Strays had the answer.
And that's what has been like a good look so far for Fire Strays in the past, right? Black Cell, the way that they perform on, you know, the Groot or the Doctor Strange has looked really solid in the past, just to have that kind of wall of protection for their team. And I feel like the Shield Vanguards are kind of underutilized in this meta, especially just keeping just alive, but also flanking around whenever they're trying to get towards your backline, just pulling them back in with the Psionic Mayhem team up as well. So it's nice to see the coordination from Fire Strays. It was a little bit lacking when we saw them in their upper bracket series, but of course, you know, they're facing off against the EMEA preseason champions in Na'Vi, and now they're playing Shikigami. Kind of two different competitor levels there specifically. But I want to talk a little bit about Shikigami going into this next map here, Leg Day. I mean, we've seen the highs and lows of this team and roster, from Cooking with Kaya to now Shikigami here in Ignite. I mean, it just seems like they're a shell of their former selves.
It might not be the greatest meta for them, as I don't think Leolas is as comfortable a hit scan to like stand and shoot, you know? Like Cyclops is kind of in that Hela kind of Phoenix role, where Leolas has been good previously, but I think that Leolas really has all of his power when he's fully mobile on something that aims, like a Star-Lord, an Elsa, or maybe even a Psylocke. But it does, like, I thought this was going to be a much better meta for Shikigami, because, like, in theory, Isidore Frost Mountain is a great combo for the fastball, but it appears to just not be being deployed as much as I'd like thus far.
And surprised that Shikigami didn't take the map. They had a one-sided gambit, and that's Lindstrom, who's able to give them such a huge win condition around that ultimate.
Drink?
But the disengage from Fire Strays was so commendable. Even from the first round, Fire Strays only had 4 casualties through the storm of ultimates that Shikigami put on. They would engage with Gambit, and then Closer would have the perfect invisible boundary to section off Shikigami from their engage. So I'm really liking the spacing of Fire Strays as Shikigami opt for Spider Islands.
We saw it for the first time, at least for playoffs in Americas yesterday, and it went a decent distance, but didn't go all the way to 3, ended before then. And then we saw it earlier on today when Fate just had the crazy eat to close things down.
I don't think the white monster is the best.
They looked really good on that map afterwards when they were on the attacking side. So I'm really curious what the strategy is going to be in terms
drink.
of, like,
I like the green one. I used to drink the green one when I was a kid.
We'll have to figure that out as we go into the ban and protect
For Red Bull, I actually really don't like any other.
One thing to note is that I believe
I like the regular Red Bull more than any flavored ones.
We'll have to see whether it was for Sloppo or for Sestroid, as Mantis once again goes for the first ban. And well, Rogue banned early here from Fire Strays. They don't want to have to deal with that from Shikigami, and they are going to match the Gambit this time.
So fair. And again, the Fire Strays utilizing their whole roster. Same thing as yesterday when they ended up picking Manhattan. They brought Demon alongside Sloppo, where Demon then took over the Cyclops duty, and Sloppo got to play some of the Bucky. But then when that wasn't working out, Sloppo went back to the Cyclops, and then Demon pulled out the Wolverine. So there's some nice overlap with
My
Fire
friends started
Strays.
shaking after going dry on energy drinks. He eventually quit though. Yeah, usually quitting something is very hard in the beginning, but it gets better. It gets easier as time goes on. I think another addiction thing that you could do is to break an addiction. If you're drinking a lot of like energy drinks, just start drinking something else, like, you know, to break the addiction. So if you do a lot of energy drinks, try doing like, I don't know, like,
which makes him a lot stronger.
Anything else
trying to force Shikigami into that Wolverine matchup, and
like
Shikigami clearly picking this
coconut water, ginger ale,
maybe a Hail Mary. They picked Symbiotic Surface yesterday to try and find these nice off angles for the Wolverine, and I wonder if it'd be better to combine it with a fastball, which friends from Shikigami did not opt for on map 1, but did so yesterday, and that kind of helps Frost Mountain close the gap a little bit better, as the Cyclops will be the one that accompanies not that Wolverine, as that's the final ban ban for Fire Strays. So what is Frost Mountain?
Snuggles with another 500 bits, my friend. Appreciate it.
With Frost Mountain pool here. There is a reality where Shikigami like a spawn breaking here, where we could see Frost Mountain play the Storm, but that might be a far-fledged hope. Could even see a pivot zone like an Ultron
Snuggles
to get
with 500 bits, my friend. Appreciate it.
Onto Cyclops instead to allow for maybe a bit of hard carry from Leolaz. Overall, I think this is a little bit more of a classic ban phase between these two teams. We're not seeing any strange rogue protectors come through.
And I think you're really throwing Shikigami off their game to be fully targeting Frost Mountain, which now you're probably forcing him on some kind of hit scan. I know we've seen some inklings of Psylocke, but I wouldn't say that's his favorite. So we'll see how Frost Mountain fares. If it's a Star-Lord mirror against him and Sloppo, then I would go more on Sloppo's way, just with the wealth of hours that he has on the hero and kind of what opportunities he was creating once he took more, when Sloppo took more safer angles on Celestial Husk. Being an access to his strategist made a whole lot of a difference. So Frost Mountain hovering over the Storm would be fun to kind of break out a spawn and guide his Vanguards with.
I mean, extra damage for Isidore and Leolaz would not go amiss, especially when you're trying to break through Blackso's shield rather early. You can see that this is probably going to be an attempted disengage, as Blackso doesn't have the remainder of fire here to try and help him hold this space.
Usually kind of, I was going to say, Storms are more often played with more Vanguards to kind of just be that bulldozer, but then opts for the Torch to just control the area that the fight's going to be taking place in and maybe funnel and herd people into a space that Kaya can engage into.
Not a huge fan of it against these particular duelists, though. Sloppo's going to be able to consistently ground them with the Tainted Voltage. It's still actually caught between the objective and the edge for now, but a safe disengage here from Kai is going to be the plenty of
watch tournaments.
And once you enter this section
I get
of the
my
map,
fix every now and then.
Binary can look for opportunities
like
to grab people, and once you deal with that iron,
I played in the World Cup chat. That was a lot of fun. But
Isidore,
I mean, playing in tournaments like 24/7 like that, I don't know. But they are fun every now and then.
He's brought back thanks to Cap and Shikigami are at a standstill.
All right, Kai's consistently catching so many hands from Sloppo right here. Very accurate with the rod to stern. Isidore did not have the CC immunity ready, but just about hops away as the Ironwood Wall is brought up in his wake.
So far, so good for Fire Strays. This is going to come down to ultimates to try and break this hold. The Sloppo already has the Kraken impact. Blackso could float in with the Eye of Agamotto, and there's really no strong shield for Shikigami, but again, Shikigami take fights so fast.
I mean, just the jump scare there for Winter Soldier, I had no idea. Nice back cap here, though, from Demon. Might be able to get some damage over onto Kath, but if he does lose his life... Oh, he knows the perfect angle for the bounce.
So close, bro. So close.
With these first picks, I mean, they get to dictate these fights, but it's how Fire Strays are able to not give up too many eliminations and refight so fast.
What a wall.
What a wall.
Unbelievable peel. Out comes the Ruby Rage. Leolaz doesn't really get too much off the back of that, as there was a quick cleanse coming through from Lyncham on the other side. Who's kind of looking for around the other side, though, when it comes to that ultimate? Feast of the Abyss doesn't appear to have gained too much as Blackso falls on down. Shikigami have momentum on their side.
And Blackso did fall pretty late, so the portal, there needs to be some kind of stall for Fire Strays if Blackso's going to want to portal back in. Seems the defense has stabilized, and it's Demon creating so much pressure on all sides to kind of have Shikigami fall back.
Dude, Cat's playing some disgustingly ratty angles right now. Demon doing their best to have some fancy footwork in midair to avoid the incoming flame clusters of a Human Torch. And it seems to now they've escaped the auspices of Frost Mountain. Shikigami, they've mostly fumbled the momentum for now, as Fire are now in a defensive position with 2-3 ultimates to play with.
Yeah, they really have, because Shikigami invested like a whole bank and they thought that that was going to be enough to fully cap. Now the ball is in Fire Strays' court, whether it's how Binary wants to trap some people in and Closer is going to help them with sustain.
All right, grabbed in. Heaven's Retribution. Sloppo is just absolutely dominating.
Bro, that's looking like my Bucky out there.
Again and again and again.
Yo, can we see the Bucky POV, please? We're watching the Star-Lord POV, which I have no problem with, but the Bucky's the one getting 4 kills. Like, we didn't even go to the Bucky who was getting all the kills.
Their game plan and Fire Strays had to as well, not having the Cyclops. They were able to utilize it through, I'm pretty sure, like every map in playoffs so far.
How many bets have you lost?
Flexibility of Sloppo and Demon, and how Sloppo is giving his Star-Lord over to Demon. So this is such a good team that bails each other out. I want to see some impact, though, out of Blackso and these Eyes of Agamotto, because they haven't been hitting a lot of targets so far in the series.
The Iron Fist, I like kit against the Angela. Good to try and disrupt that mid-air roll here. Sloppo's got a great angle to play with, but Isidore might be able to chase them down. Doesn't actually get a stun to anybody. It seems like it's mostly gone awry. Ruby Rage now coming in, and Snosh just gets decimated. For a second, they use their ultimate as well. And so now that's gone for Fire Strays. One of their greatest tools has been plucked from their hands.
Wait a minute.
Now towards
Fire Stray. Oh, chat. I think. Oh, someone asked how my bets are doing. I said Shikigami was going to win this, but Fire Strays is. It looks like they're dominating Shikigami right now.
Shikigami are held short of a completion of Thirst.
There is so much aerial domination with Demon in the sky like that, and it's nice to see him just back into the series, back on Fire Strays, and just like he never left, fitting in those shoes beautifully. And for Fire Strays to deny Shikigami's full first point cap to then drawing this out into a full hold, which is so incredible. Shikigami tried to pivot, like you said, the Iron Fist, but there was so many things on Fire Stray's side to break up their focus, whether it's an Angelo flying around, Demons going on the flank. Shikigami's strategists are looking up to make sure they don't get
Jay,
tackled.
I hate you right now. Get in line, bro.
They have to find shelter from that ultimate, so Shikigami
if Shiki
just
loses,
could not
I'm never trusting this Baldy again.
Didn't have an answer.
I am okay. If you take into consideration yesterday and today, I am. What is it? 8, 9, 10.
So,
I am 10.
Actual hero, I'm warning you.
30 seconds before you attack.
I am 10 for 11 predictions, chat. That means I have like over
are up against the wall. And so
I have over a 90% win rate, prediction rate.
Substantially. And so it's time to deploy the Adam Warlock instead, alongside the Loki for additional karmic revivals.
And Binary is having an excellent series. He hasn't fallen once in
this
match
wish they
so
did play
far,
it, though.
and he was our MVP on the Rogue, on Celestial Husk, and will he be able to maintain supremacy in the skies? A Demon goes flying thanks to the fastball, and he's gotten one, but the mag bubble maybe helps bail Kaya out.
Can you put that in Marvel Rivals terms? I have 11 kills and 1 death. So therefore, I am not the problem. Blame the supports.
Against this thick defensive composition.
It could be 11 and 0, but I died once, so that's why you gotta blame the supports.
You don't want to target that Groot and waste your time on it. Demon doesn't even have to be thrown in. He's just in the neutral as Isidore tries to keep him caged out, and Fire Strays need to help Demon.
Yeah. The help comes on through. Layla's taken down, but resurrected here by the Battle Recall Beacon, dutifully provided by Cat. The Fire Strays, now they have momentum. They start moving through. Free Rage for Damon. But has to be careful because regenerative healing factor has already been used. And that's a big grab there onto the group.
You know what I should get? I should get my
and there aren't enough bubbles to go around.
I should get my treadmill, chat.
For himself. A quick pop in to grab the health back, and Damon can keep on rolling down mid.
And this is how Fire Strays won Celestial Husk. How they're able to slow down the game, but can you slow down Isidore's strangling prison, mitigated now by the invisible boundary as Fire Strays set their sight on the finish line.
Oh, even more from Sloppo, but doesn't appear to have gotten any extra casts of the Kraken impact, and so can't shut down the Resurrection quite as easily. A Cosmic Yarn Amplifier to try and bail Shikigami out of this sticky situation. You can see that Damon made a fast exit from the midst of the team. Is now instead just going to try and chase down Kai, who gets grabbed out by the Bionic Hook of Bucky Barnes. And now the last stand is prepared. If you're not CCMing, you're going to be in deep danger. Bring Isidore to the crowds. You're not entertained. You're all eating vegetables tonight as we cull the flesh of
You're
Groot.
eating vegetables
to
tonight?
Captured. Then it's going to be Layla who has to stay here off the back of that portal, now stuck on the Doctor Strange.
And also, Closer fell off the map. Is that a result of Kaya? Like, what happened there? Fire Strays need those heals and need more impact out of these ultimates. Demon got one, but the res is on Shikigami's side. They just keep on going. And now they'll have Lindstrom also on his most preferred hero, on the Loki. A lot of options there as Kaya on the Angela, hoping to have that the Heaven's Retribution. Fire Strays trying to play as far back as they can. But Binary now engages and harasses these strategists.
All right, one grab already. Over onto Layla. Takes to the skies.
I thought you were talking to me, my bad.
Levitation, but Kai's been taken down. And so it's under-resourced here for Shikigami. A big grab through. Slowpoke. He manages to get stunned. A 3-person ultimate from Layla. Yeah, there's going to be a punishment coming through from Damon, but I think the damage has already been done. What
Wait, can Shikigami actually hold this, chat? Thoughts?
If only
If Shikigami wins this, that is going to be insane, dude.
For Blackso, because there's no shields, there's no invis
and
to push
then that lag
Blackso,
from
if he locks
leg
in
day?
on this
What
next
the?
ultimate, it could be game over, or you just Gambit, or you just Raging Royal Flush from Znoz. Fire Strays, they coordinate just one good final push. They will win the map, but there's less than a minute. Shikigami are not giving up, and they're not surrendering.
Binary appears to be a bit ready to go, but has lost the high ground that they were staging on. The frenzied arrival is going to be a little bit more tenuous now as they move towards the back line. They're actually buffed up here by the Gambit. Oh, it's going to be a second Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. The mechanical instrument down. Oh, no resurrections this time, I'm afraid, fellas, and that means that Leolas has to try and
I think that's GG's, though. I think that's GG's. I don't think they have teleported because they already teleported as well. No. They almost had a good hold.
Stuns for now as the counter portal strong, and so
almost had a good hold. 2-0 right now from Fire against Shikigami. That's crazy, bro.
On series point. Fire Strays, the way they can bank these ultimates.
Has a team ever surrendered in pro play? I don't think you're allowed to surrender in pro play, even if you're getting stomped, or you know you're gonna get stomped.
Back on the Bucky.
That's also very.
Neutral.
That's not really. That's very. What's it called? Unsportsmanlike. And I don't think a professional team would do that.
Look incredible. What else does Shikigami have up their sleeve? We'll find out after this.
I feel like if a team was in a tournament and they gave up and they didn't want to play and they forfeit, I think they probably would not be invited or allowed to play again. And a lot of these teams, well, none of these teams, but a lot of the teams are sponsored because they have team bundles, and I think they probably get their team bundle removed or break some kind of contract, maybe. I don't know. Or if someone rage quits a game, I mean, a lot of organizations would see that and they probably will never pick you up again, so. These watch parties are generally always fun. Hey, appreciate it. I just gotta go I wanna take a nap, bro. I wanna take a nap before NA. I don't know if MRC, Swamp Gaming is an MRC team. Are they? I'm pretty sure they were in one of the invited teams all the way in the preseason, and they did really well, so they keep on staying, and they don't get regulated. Yeah, I don't know if they're an MRC team. But Swamp Gaming, I think, is a partner team, but they don't have a bundle. So, also, no, chat, I don't think I will sleep on stream. I think Emily will take over the stream, and I will take a nap. Also, I went to go order a phone, and I think I bought it, but then when I went to go search my order, it says the page you're looking for cannot be found. Did I get scammed? I think I just got scammed by Apple. That is crazy. Do you think they'll add esports skins for other characters? Who would you like to see? Like Deadpool skins you got for esports? I think what Marvel Rivals needs to do is they are fumbling the ball right now. I feel like Marvel Rivals could make so much more money for teams that are like, or you know, people could, you know, buy their favorite team's skins if it wasn't just Deadpool. Like, I'd buy probably a skin that looks really good. I bought a few in Overwatch, but like, I don't think I would. Yes, I got it from Apple, Emily. I just don't think you should come out with team skins for one character, because if people don't play that one character, then no one's going to buy that skin, right? They should have actually had like a whole list. But if they come out with a character every season, that means you're going to have to make a new skin for that character every season. Bro, there's going to be... that's a lot of work, chat. If you have 10 signed teams, let's just say 10 signed or 20 signed teams in total, and then every season they come out with another a new character, that's 20 new skins you have to make for that just one character. Bro, that's insane. Father is so old, he went apple picking with Eve. What? You can literally see right here, I ordered a phone, it says we're processing it, and I click on my order number, and it says the page you're looking for is not found. Chat, I'm looking at my email. I'm clicking on the email. Yeah, I don't know. Your order probably got canceled for potential fraud. That's everything I do, though. You guys call me Fraud 3. Well,
Seems like Fire Strays have found the multiverse where they are the ones who win the series against Shikigami this time. 2-0, one away from guaranteeing their spot in stage 2 of the competition. No promo relegation for them, but Shikigami, I mean, this is a team who placed very highly in the preseason, did well in the group stages as well, and it just feels like the meta isn't in their favor, but that might also have to do here, Lemon, due to the bans that have been happening against them.
Yeah, the double duelist ban against Frostmount to get rid of the Daredevil, to get rid of anything in his arsenal, including the Wolverine at Shikigami. Had to go to like tertiary compositions. That did allow the Rocket to slip through, which Kath was able to help them win that first corner fight with the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. But then when you have a loose Star-Lord in the sky,
I'm about to lose my money because of you. No, you're not, chat. Relax.
So it's a tough spot to be in for this Shikigami team, because it felt like they had some stuff working for them at the start there, but it just didn't afterwards. Talking though about the MVP that we had of this specific map, it's got to be Sloppo coming in, especially with the Kraken impacts we saw leg day.
Yeah, like there's so much utility you can get out of Bucky now. Now that Bucky isn't kind of outclassed at mid-range by Phoenix, is really finding himself as like the premier mid-range bruiser of the duelist stable.
This makes no
the explosive
sense.
damage of Rotterdam, the constant slows and grounding effects from retained voltage. And of course, when you're going up against all those resurrections, as you pointed out, the Kraken impact can make those very vulnerable players into a playground for the Winter Soldier.
This makes no sense, bro.
I wonder if Fire Strays, they look good in this meta because they have 3 choices of hit scans, and I wonder how hard that is to do homework on them when what is Sestroid Demon and Sloppo play. I mean, there's so much hero overlap, while Shikigami have really only Leolus as that, like, at least consistent hit scan. I was wondering if Frostmount was going to bring out any kind of hit scans, because we know he can play it, but Shikigami are really scratching their heads, especially losing their map pick.
this was the first time too that we saw the Human Torch actually coming out for Frost Mountain during the playoffs.
Zegfrid, appreciate you as a Prime Summer friend. How you doing?
Of that too, but with Ultron backing them up, it just seems like they don't want to go for that kind of an option in.
Happy with 8 hours,
style.
Emily.
So, I don't know, it just
you
feels like
did
a
so
mismatch
much
of
more
the
than
meta
8
for this
hours.
team specifically. Hopefully, in this next map, they'll be able to figure things out. But last time these two teams faced, and it did go to
also this thing's not
Convergence
working.
specifically in the preseason playoffs. It was actually Fire Strays who took it in overtime for Symbiotic Surface. So I don't know if necessarily Shikigami want to go there specifically. There's a couple different options. We could see the Lower Manhattan. A lot of teams have been going for it as well. But I'm more curious on the strategy we can expect from the Shikigami team, right? It's tough when you're facing off against a roster like Fire Strays, like Day.
No,
that
this
has
is not
such a
real,
deep
bro.
Bench that they can
I think
pull
I just
from.
got scammed by Apple.
Yeah, at least you do get some insight into what they might be planning for when you see who's in the lobby in the ban phase. But here I'd love to see maybe Frost Mountain, if it makes it through the ban phase again, pivot over onto the Star-Lord once more. Because I think that Star-Lord and Cyclops is a good versatile duelist line that is going to
Checks out
maybe
since
give
you
a few more
scam your
options
Preds
for Frost
too.
Mountain,
What are
who
you guys
currently is being
saying?
pretty heavily squeezed. Like, he's the primary target of most of these bans.
I mean, potential for maps here, Lemon. What are you feeling would be the best option for Shikigami based on what we've seen in the past? Would it be like a Central Park angle? They've looked good there before, but who knows?
I don't know, right? Because it's Shikigami were allowed to play the Rocket because Fire Strays double banned some duelists. So you could go into a map pick with Wolverine in mind, Daredevil, some kind of brawl. Central Park will be the choice, which maybe the Human Torch could be like the nice backup plan for Frost Mountain. So like worst case scenario, you do that, and this is the best map for it.
We'll see if their comfort pick in Central Park will be the difference maker for Shikigami to turn things around and try and get our first ever reverse sweep here as well. But it does have to go the distance. We'll see what they can do as we get into the ban phase.
All right, let's get stuck in. Question is it once again going to be Gambits making
Oh, that is a Red Bull.
Through? We have seen like some variety in the bans in particular coming through from Fire Strays, but Shikigami seem to be sticking to their guns, and it has seemed that Fire Strays, they've cottoned on to this idea. Let's just squeeze Frost Mountain's hero pool, make him uncomfortable, get rid of the Daredevil, get rid of the Wolverine, and see how Shikigami respond.
And they could be responding in a reverse
I think that was
sweep.
the
Funny enough, what Vaudable said
flavor.
is that Shikigami were able to deny the reverse sweep out of Fire Strays that was starting to form in that preseason playoffs, where Shikigami got the last laugh and advanced through the lower bracket. So mirror bans so far, but my question is, what are we targeting duelists? So now Daredevil, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it for Fire Strays.
Okay, great ban here from Shikigami. The Invis Woman being taken off the board is a signal to me that Shikigami want to play their patented defensive flyer comp with Ultron and Angela and Human Torch. I wouldn't mind seeing one of those get banned away by Fire Strays here, but we have seen Shikigami, like, they beat Na'Vi on Central Park with their flyer defensive comp. It's kind of their, it's the ace up their sleeve, but it doesn't work amazingly with Gambit, which could be problematic.
Yeah, Angela is so strong on this map, and the biggest hindrance is the Invisible Woman. Everything in the Invisible Woman kit stops the flight of Angela, slows her down, especially the Invisible Boundary. Like, you are just molasses if you're Angela in that ultimate for some reason. So, like that's being protected for Fire Strays. That's a composition they're going to be going for, and Shikigami will deny will protect the Wolverine last here for Frost Mountain. So, Fire Strays are going to know what Shikigami are running, and vice versa.
Okay, the Invisible Woman, I was talking about how it affects the flies, but also affects the Wolverine as well. The Force Physics will pull Wolverine off of their target during the Feral Leap. So it would appear that the Invisible Woman ban, even if we haven't seen much of it thus far from Fire Strays, well, we obviously saw a little bit of it over on Celestial Husk, does actually enable a huge amount of Shikigami's preferred picks to have their full power level.
And the full power level of the team up with even Blackso, who like to run a lot of the Doctor Strange so far in the maps. Actually, both maps he ran it out, and the Invis Woman helps, like I said, with that extra pull on his Maelstrom. So it is series points for Fire Strays, and starting on defense first this is the defense sided map that there is. And Blackso, one of the best routes that we have in EMEA. Once you don't have that Doctor Strange team up, it's pretty obvious where Blackso's going to go. So Shikigami really has have to consider what kind of poke you're going to be putting out to deal with those walls, or do you just get around it, literally dive around it?
Just go over it, baby. Admittedly, Blackso, this is in theory a great meta for him. Blackso is one of the premier Groots that we've got here in EMEA, and Groot certainly has found his place in the slower meta of 8.5. He's been very good at resurging all of his wolves.
Bro. Why aren't you playing? Because we're watching the pro games today.
Triple strategist too much.
Just like we did yesterday.
Mantis was such a core piece of this, and now you'll have the damage boost from Sloppo. He's already given a drone to Demon. He's going to be as mobile as ever now that Torch got buffed in that way. But Shikigami just got the red carpet towards the point. Surprised there's not more choke pressure here for Fire Strays.
Oh, they've already forced out Binary's Yancy Street charge as well, so that's going to be a significant cooldown, but will have to be waited for. But Kyra and Isidore currently getting cooked by Demon. This could be Shikigami actually just trying to build up a strategy. Oh, what a grab! Demon ain't getting out of that one. Great accuracy from Frost Mountain. Welcome back to Ignite. We missed you.
And Fire Strays will have to just play safe, but man, their Vanguards are taking so much damage. Shikigami building up already towards the first Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, which could be what tilts the scales in Shikigami's favor if it's not going to be the straight up limbs.
All right, Sloppo grabbed from the air with the tainted voltage that we noted before. Last time it was Sloppo using it. This time it's Leolaz. Actually grabbed from the air there by the Exile was Damon. He is having a bad time getting consistently chased around by everybody. Like so gets ready to open up the pentagram of Ferala for a last second recontest, but we're going to be going straight into the path of Frost Mountain, who just has to try and avoid that Yancy Street charge. Attempted grab onto Ultron, won't grab much, but the last stand is ready to go on the other side. Can't get the thing up into the air, as he is of course immune to displacement effect, but the damage is just as strong, and Frost Mountain carves through the Vanguard line.
Yeah, you have that fastball, you have a good brawl team around you. If Frost Mountain is well supported, Shikigami can come back in this series. And they panked up like every single ultimate. Kath had the first one, and they end up just copying the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier for Lindstrom to be that final push, the nail in the coffin, once Shikigami had already halfway captured it. So Fire Strays, now they have the one-sided gambit. Znos has to provide a consistent win condition for Fire Strays to kind of come back and stabilize.
Oh, we're going after Demon. There's a feral leap on the second side. Not going to be getting it this time. Now it's Nos turn to strike in his own stead. Out comes the Raging Royal Flush. Binary comes out with the clockwork time as well. Directly onto Leolaz, but inside of these regeneration domains, there's no damage to be taken. What a perfect response to come through from Lindstrom and Kath, making sure there's so much damage. It's brave here from Sloppo, and they can't save Binary, but the BRB can. A second chance is all that they ask for. A huge ultimate coming through the Strangling Prison, but is there going to be a follow-up is the question. Leolaz doesn't seem to have afflicted anybody here with the culling aura, and so Fire Strays feel free to just roll on forth and counter-strike with their own ultimates. A brand new regeneration domain, no frags to be seen, but with Kaya down, Shikigami can't claim the space quite as easily as they'd like. Still Frost Mountain feels the opening, tries to shut it down. Binary just runs them over. Roadkill Wolverine, victim of the Yancy Street charge.
Yeah, I mean, this was such a tug of war. You thought Blackstone maybe overextended, so Shikigami invest ultimates, and it was such a kind of nice chess match between Kath and Closer of, you know, saving. I think it was Leolaz who got bumped by the Thing ultimate, and then Fire Strays responded in the same way when they were getting pushed almost to Dracula's castle. So far this is pretty even, but Shikigami are the ones that are reset as Leolaz on his signature Star-Lord once again. You have unlimited skies and angles to take around, but it starts out Demon's way.
Yeah, Demon hunting for Kath on that off angle. Still, there might be a chance here with the Raging Royal Flush to make it work. Leolaz going in towards the bank. What a steal right there that came through from Lindstrom. Managed to get LOS onto Znos.
I'm so glad I wasn't here because I would have gotten scammed.
Flip, and Frost Mountain's looking
Shikigami wins this, chat. Reverse sweep.
Maybe you can punish
Wake up. I'm not trying to... I'm making sure I didn't get scammed, chat.
Of a Hulk versus Thing is CC immune, while as the Hulk provides a team-wide
bubble.
Me, I mean, if you're close enough, and if you're not around, if you're not close enough to your Ironwood wall, you're gonna get kidnapped.
Oh man, no one can get onto a point either, just because of that constant interference onto the Vanguard line. The fear of Frost Mountain. Sometimes, though, it's all about the implication of the Wolverine.
Fire Strays will be pushed inside of the castle as Shikigami's patience pays off. This is also a really good push so far, and they banked up the ultimates to get it done. But why Fire Strays won Celestial Husk is their ability to slow down the fights and the game, how they disengage. They don't have the invisible boundary, though.
Shiki is losing? Yes, they are down 2-0 right now.
Man, they're putting a buy in binary right now. Farewell, my friend. Just grabbed constantly by the Wolverine. Damage, did he just roll past the Hulk? He doesn't care about that. Farewell to Regeneration Domains. The Blast Barrage is going to get through those rather quickly, and Black Source hit an absolute banger of an ultimate over here. And there's a follow-up coming through. Soppo shut down before they can get a reset, though. The Kraken Impact has been shut down in its own right. The tracking strong from Leolaz. The mechanics are on display. And
Dude,
Shikigami are back in the driving seat.
After
Apple
4
fucking
ultimates
sucks,
invested,
chat. What are you guys'
Lindstrom's
thoughts on
gonna
that?
have the copy, so going for the Raging Royal Flush would be ideal, and I wouldn't even mind the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. You gotta be proactive and take an early fight.
Dude, Binary just can't play the game.
Oh,
He's
that guy is
bad
having
Marvel
a very
Rivals time right
unfortunate
now.
time.
Frost Mountain can now just cut through the Vanguard. The Symbiotic Resilience doesn't last for long. Taking to the Sky Demon, moving through with extra damage. Closes amp them up with a Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. And so the Galactic Legend will be born here and now. But inside of Regeneration Domains, no damage can be done. Shikigami have to make a choice. Frost Mountain doesn't appear to have grabbed anyone there with their last stand. But Isidore's going to be a little bit more lucky. Moving towards the Sky, the Heaven's Retribution, and Binary is going to smash on down onto the back line. A radioactive shield is applied to multiple members of Shikigami, but it's not enough to stop the roll of Fire Strays as they're barking mad, ready to go.
And Lindstrom is so elusive. Like, Fire Strays are spending so much time trying to deal with all the doppelgangers, maybe trying to find the res beacon of Kath, but Fire Strays is able to find a breath of fresh air. But how long will that last as Shikigami portal in?
Isidore going to move into a Monster Hulk form, just managing to get through there and apply the shield. Looking towards closer, primary target here for the Hulk. The peel is going to come through from Blackstone on the other side. That means that Binary is not going to be getting nearly enough care. Instead, just going to try and trade themselves
Bucky
out.
Ult is one of the most satisfying ults because you can just keep going again and again and again and again and again.
But right now, for exit strategy, is just to finish the map, plain and simple.
It's going to be between the Raging Royal Flush versus the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, and Shikigami have the damage buff, and it's enough for Leolaz to get 2.
Oh, Frostman's just going to absolutely tear through the Venom here. The extra HP, all it does is allow the Wolverines to do even more damage. With Symbiotic Resilience does nothing against the angry Canadian this close to Canada Day. Snow says it needs to be done, and so uses the Gambit ultimate without everybody being present. Sloppo, do you dare to use your ultimate? No, too much damage is in their fight right now. Lindstrom comes in with a Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. Leolaz has grabbed 3. There's no one to come in onto the car. Black is going to be the last chance, but he's evicted by Frost Mountain. Oh, the legends have told of it, and here it is for Shikigami Slingshot.
Website, bro.
What a difference of 2 galactic legends. One becoming more of a myth and ending earlier. Leolaz, though, just 6'5" out there. He had the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier with his galactic legend. While Fire Strays, they had
they're like, hey, do you want us to deliver the phone? I'm like, yeah, sure. Here, do you want to deliver it at this time? Yeah, I do.
Fire Strays came out, so you didn't have that extra buff. And Demon, I mean, was so aggressive. He was like tumbling into Shikigami solo, which Leolaz then 180'd, dealt with him, and then dealt with the dominoes that fell for Fire Strays. A full capture on this map is so rare to see, so Shikigami are setting themselves up for a potential comeback.
Okay, Shikigami don't even go for their signature defense here. They're like, you know what? This fastball's going so well, I'm gonna stick to it. Like, it's very rare to see a Wolverine out-damaging a Star-Lord. Like, that's not a knock on Leolaz. Leolaz being very efficient with their damage, but Frostmount is just getting so much berserk state right now from being constantly thrown around by Isidore that it's just so sad to be Binary. Homie's not getting to play the game at all.
Shiki have opted away from having Kai on the Magneto and instead having Isidore on the Hulk to be able to throw him in while still being close enough to the Hulk where Frostbound can be bailed out by his team with the extra bubbles. A lot of Frostbound's picks, though, were brought back by Rocket. So at this point, Fire Strays aren't opting for that. They're going to have the double Raging Royal Flush.
Hope your guys going well. I am exhausted. I can't get a phone.
Question is it a full reset on the hero choice here? Maybe we'll go back over to the Star-Lord.
How you doing, Zach?
Yeah, Shiki able to take some.
Wait, are you leaving? Take your phone.
These ultimates as Frost Mountain looms and wants to combine here with Isidore and opposite high ground as Blackstone maybe wants to play this from front to back, but Kai is so far back that you can't really wall him in.
All right, brand new fastball, brand new attempt, and the fear is in the eyes of Fire right now. You can run, but you can't hide. The angry Canadian always gets his mark.
And the Star-Lord not able to go for the Blaster Barrage for those iframes in that moment, because as soon as you're on your back, it's just good night for you. Fire Strays, they gotta watch out for this Wolverine. And how do you stop it? You don't have a lot of options to get to this high ground. Sloppo has to be able to go for the hook first, but Shikigami are always
Dude, I love the Wolverine gameplay, though.
Yeah, like the Wolverine has such excellent
also, are you
areas
taking
from
my
the high
phone
ground
to
here
get
as well. He
fixed?
can always try and surprise you while you're being distracted by the vanguards of Shikigami.
And the Hulk bubbles are on a pretty short cooldown, so Isidore is spamming them as much as possible. Fire Strays looking for a good strangling prison, and Shikigami will try to mitigate against it. And they usually do it by just spacing out. They're so far back, allowing Fire Strays now to have Demon on the flank.
Regeneration domains have been expended here. There's an opening here for Demon. That's a big ultimate coming through. Oh, what a mitigation. Unbelievable stuff off the back of the Hulk bubble, which stops all of the culling aura. And there's the counter punch. Left, right, good night. Nice play coming through. Is that real closer? No. Okay.
Just target practice.
Yeah, you know, just stay in limber.
And Shiki taking damage, but not falling is what's key. Lindstrom and Kath are building strategist ultimates faster than Fire Strays, which is what defined that last fight. Now, the ball is in the court of Fire Strays, starting off with the Raging Royal Flush. And then you could go for 2.0 if Shiki decide to portal in, but you need success on this first swing.
All right, here comes the Gambit ultimate, surely. It's going to be coming through from closer first. Raging Royal Legend perhaps on the cards, but it's going to be Lindstrom with the copy Cosmic Yarn Amplifier instantly decimated. So much damage went its way. Isidore tries to turn it around. A world to break is presented before him, and Close has already been stunned on out. Now Stos needs to come through with a second play, but it seems like it's going to be a better Galactic. Oh, he's got again! Frost Mountain, you absolute madman! The unbelievable Wolverine nuclear blast onto Peter Quill.
What is that, 99% capture for Fire Strays? And I'm looking at Isidore, what a stall to create an opportunity for Kaya to portal back in, and how they're able to go back to spawn for heals and to keep on fighting. This is not a sprint, this has become a marathon, but with the time bank left, Fire Strays need a sprint, and also they need to worry about who is in the sky.
The approaching fighter jet taken on down. No longer had that regenerative healing factor. Sacrificed it earlier to try and beat out Demon in the door, but guess what? The resurrections come through from Kath on the other side. Blackstone looking for an opening, sends it on down. Is the the bubble's gonna get! Oh, I can't believe that Isidore's managed to no-sell two separate Kraken impacts, and so that means no resets, even if a frags do come on through, and Isidore's lost access to their Hulk form. Kaya overwhelmed as Blackstone tries to claim for space, and now Sloppo looks towards the top. Leila's incredibly low in their own right. It's TP'd away to try and get back to their strategist, but they're too concerned with who's on the point right now. Kath tried to dash on forward. Leilas has got nowhere to go, and Fire Strays at the last moment rescue themselves.
They have to rescue this time bank too. This came down to the wire and took almost everything out of Fire Strays' arsenal. I mean, 2 Raging Royal Flushes and Shikigami, and then also Fire Strays had pretty much almost captured the whole thing. They just needed a bit of a push, and now this push has to be unstoppable because Fire Strays need to make up for some lost time. Shikigami trying to take some high ground. It's a battle of 2 Groots, and here comes Frost Mountain again.
It looks so comical when you see it from someone else's POV. But for now, Blackstone is going to survive the onslaught of the Wolverine. Logan's not going to get his man this time, but they have forced out so much early. Close has been forced to use the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. Doesn't last long against the double guns of these duelists, and so Kai is taken down easily by the buffed up players of Fire Strays. They were incensed by the ultimate of Closer.
And this is back-to-back Cosmic Yarn Amplifiers from Shikigami that only last less than 3 seconds, but in exchange of ultimates, as Fire Strays try to go to the end, they have to stop Leilas.
Leilas from the top. Who did Blackstone get within their ultimate? Seems like it might well have been no one at the moment, or at least no follow-up is ready to go. Damon
I had to go poop. I'm sorry.
Isidore's going to have so
anyways.
much help to try and chunk through, but it's light work for someone who looks like this. Sloppo can't get away. Isidore just collapsed on through. The radiation Bucky can't take it. Oh, the Geiger meter's going off the charts right now, and so too is the hype for the Shikigami fans as they hold strong on second.
They hold strong because of this Hulk. Look at these muscles. I mean, Isidore, every time you think Fire Strays are going to capture something, they're going to get the ball rolling. Isidore just has 1,000 health to try and get through, and he allows Shikigami to build up towards another 60% to a Loki ult.
I do feel like I missed Pete because I think the Wolverine and like...
And now Scouts to the Skies returns to safety.
Being thrown is awesome.
Fire Strays on red alert.
A new jump pack being waited for here by Frost Mountain to extend the kidnap should it go on to an unlucky Vanguard. Kath deploys the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. BRB is going to be sacrificed for it, but Slopper's already gone down on the other side, and oh my goodness, the tide of Shikigami has certainly come in. And Fire Strays, they are for now just going to be fleeing away desperately.
I like that Shikigami take a quick fight there, especially when kind of the windows of engage. If you can identify, Venom is very cooldown based.
Wait, Shikigami might actually bring this back.
After the res beacon, Shikigami take a quick fight and annihilate Fire Strays, which a solo Groot is not enough to stop a tidal wave of a push. Less than 15 seconds, or Fire Strays will drop a map for the first time this series.
Binary to the back, already forced out the regeneration domain, trying to go all in here onto Lindstrom, but he just teleports into the next regeneration domain. A last stand's already been seen. Lindstrom brings out the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, but fear not, my friend. Leolaz has already done the work. Shikigami digging their heels, and they say no, you move. They defy the hands of death. They deny promo relegation, and our series is extended to a map number 4.
Tim Cook
Survivability of Shikigami's backlight. I mean, I gotta commend Kath and Lindstrom that have done their best to maximize the value of the double Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, but to
also,
waste Binary's time, I mean, you create basically a 6v5, as Fire Strays could not hold back against Shikigami, who will claim their map pick of Central Park. Now, Fire Strays, do they have the map pick to end this once and for all? We'll find out after this.
Jay, you have nice hair today. Thank you, thank you. Who lose this are out? Yes, if whoever does lose this is out of the playoffs. They are out of the playoffs. And also, why is there a guy named Jay3's toe scraper? What the hell is a toe scraper? What? What's a toe scraper? Yeah, I'm not even gonna pay attention. Twitch that be weird today, man. Twitch that be weird. Twitch chat be weird, bro. Ooh, and also, it's a bot that scrapes internet directories for pictures of toes. What? You guys are just making shit up at this. You guys are just making shit up. It cleans your toes. He probably used... Han Yellow, pre-sponsor 4 months. I'm just trying to...
Protect your ball king! What's up, Jay? Hope the MRI watch party is going well.
The watch party is going extremely well. Oh, dude, my ear itches. It's going well. Except right now, I'm trying to make sure I'm not getting fucked over by Apple. Fuck Apple, chat. Fuck Apple. Fuck Apple, exactly. YouTube gets it. It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm gonna take my mother to lunch. Jay in chat, I should be back. Yo, tell your mom I said hi. Ask her if she has Amazon Prime as well. Listen, I'm shameless. Does your mom have Amazon Prime? Tell her she could sub to this stream for free every 30 days if she wants to. Which she should probably do. Please. Bruh, what do you mean, bruh? Chat, listen. I gotta sell myself out, bro. And Sirwan with the massive Prime sub. See? Wait. Sirwan, are you Benzie's mom by any chance? Just out of curiosity. I hear Prime and sub. Oh, any other primers? That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine all these old people Prime subs that are not even used? Bro, how many of your parents are probably sitting on Prime right now that they're not even probably using? Chat. I'm pretty sure you could use your parents' Prime account as well to have your free sub. Fire with the massive Prime as well. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Wait, did anyone tell you Emily talked about a possible baby yesterday? Does she want a new cat? I was actually talking to Emily about getting another cat, but chat, she doesn't want me to get another cat. She has 2 cats and I have 1, so apparently it's just very unfair. How can she have 2 cats and I have 1?
Protect your ball, king! No, Emily said you two are going to adopt my wife and I, despite the fact we're
What? Lantern for 16 months. Appreciate Kaylee with the massive 9 months. Wrecked by Luna with the massive Prime. And Blue Eyes, appreciate the massive Prime sub as well. The Toots McGee with the massive Prime. Appreciate. See, we wanted an orange cat, and I really wanted to get an orange cat, but then when I went to go adopt an orange cat, we saw Boba. And so we adopted Boba. I mean, Boba came from my vagina. Sorry, chat. He's probably listening. So I don't know what we'll probably get.
Welcome back, everyone. We just saw a potential Shiki Slingshot start out here strong for Central Park. Win for Shikigami.
This is EMEA.
Still need a full reverse sweep, though, to avoid the promotion relegation tournament. And Fire Strays, of course, they want to lock in and make sure they can shut that down and move on to the next round.
Yeah, I love
Heretics as
orange
we
cats.
gotta talk about the slingshot in the room, or the fastball, I guess, here specifically, which is that team up that we saw between the Hulk specifically and the Wolverine, which seemed to be on lock for the Shikigami team here, Lemon.
Yeah, I like that Shikigami fell back to old comforts around the brawl, whether it's like getting away from like Angela stuff from the previous map and focusing on the Hulk to be able to set Frost Mountain up into the sky. He's a bird, he's a plane, and he's always got somebody with them. And when you combine that with the Hulk, just the bubbles and kind of the sustained sufficiency that this team is able to create to support Frost Mountain has been incredible. And Fire Street just didn't have an answer to this guy.
Would you adopt Garfield if he existed IRL? Hell no. Doesn't that cat like pasta or lasagna or something? Yeah, hell no.
Just like, my goodness.
Flirt that cat.
You gotta give it a big shout out to the strategist lineup, right? The regeneration domains that we saw too from the squad were on another level. Like Lindstrom MVP on that end too. Cap doing a great job
Mr. JB,
well,
that doesn't work on
with the Cosmere amplifiers. I feel like
wait, you
here,
did come
like
over
that like everyone came together for Shikigami to get this victory, and they needed to do that.
Infamous.
We saw the fastball special. Isidore getting so much value out of the Hulk. They really managed to win out every single group ult trade off the back of that unbreakable guard cast from Isidore. Because when everyone's together, thanks to the strangling prison, everyone gets the bubble.
Oh my god, that guy went 42-3. God
could not apply any culling auras from Kraken Impact, nor do any damage with it to those trapped players either. And guess what?
Seth,
that also did so much damage to the bubble. Also gave Isidore a bunch of ult charge to shut him down there.
Nice. They actually added the names. They added here. Let me move my face cam. They actually added the names to the player cameras now.
Some attention in the fan phase now from Fire Strays.
And Fire Strays, I felt like went for solo dives with Binary, and Shikigami's backline, what a step up from yesterday. Like Lindstrom and Kath, so survivable, whether it's the res beacons, the Loki. I mean, Lindstrom was getting away from Binary, and they were playing hide and go seek off into the side.
Blitz is on a 200 stream streak.
Kath and Lindstrom support each other so well.
Shit.
And Binary had 14 casualties from overstaying his welcome in Shikigami's backline.
Gotta give a shout out to, of course, to Layla's really stepped up to on the Star-Lord 18 final hits to their name, and the Galactic Legends were also brilliant and didn't even need the combination that we see from
that DP and Team Heretics game was actually really good.
For Shikigami is we
don't
really have to worry about playing Gambit too much. We can just focus on the compositions that we're comfortable with, and it feels like that is going to be their win condition going into this next one. But I'm thinking we're likely to go to domination just based on us being told that Cestroid is going to be subbed in and Demon is out, and likely will be the case for what map we go to. Burnin' T'Challa. We've seen these teams actually play on this one before, and this actually was a 2-0 victory specifically for Shikigami last time they played. So an interesting pick, I would say, for Fire Strays. We'll see how it pans out.
Last time for Shikigami, and they're getting
Leg Day and Lemon.
right
We'll
now.
see how the ban drop goes, because I feel like that'll really decide who wins this map.
Yeah, we've got to see how they respond to the new stimulus that has been added to the gameplay zone now off the back of those fastballs. I mean, the question is, are we going to see a protect onto something like the Invisible Woman as well? Because it felt like that ban in particular last time was a huge enabler of all of these strategies.
Yeah, that allowed to mitigate a lot of the dives, and that was such a huge, just a comfort pick for Closer and for Fire Strays to be able to disengage and to section off the fights, especially like they did on Celestial Husk. But I really got to commend kind of the overlap of heroes on Fire Strays, where Cestroid probably going to be given either the Cyclops now that that's protected, while Sloppo will flex around it, probably going to be the Star-Lord, and he's even brought out the Moon Knight at times. Like, Sloppo can play anything. Just unfortunate that the Bucky didn't work out on Central Park, because it was hard to get any neutral pulls when Frostbound was diving them all the time.
Bit my calf, bro.
Fire Strays going to protect the Rogue again? Last time they did on Domination and just had Binary playing it in the
your cats ever like rub up on you and then just bite you? What the hell, bro?
They off at the pass this time. So we're going to see a rare late protect onto Gambit, and Fire Strays, of course, now with two of their hit scan players, in both Cestroid and Slopodopolis, are really putting a lot of faith in this Cyclops.
And Fire Strays had the choice of either banning the Wolverine or the Daredevil, and they opt to keep forcing this Wolverine matchup, thinking that if they fix up their composition, they really focus down Isidore, maybe everything comes tumbling down around him, because Isidore only had 2 casualties as a Hulk,
you move up to MRI, you do well,
constantly throwing Frostmount in, so maybe the approach has to change for Fire Strays if the composition does not change. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are one of a ball and probably really top tier players.
Taking away Kath's Rocket Raccoon
want me to bite you?
Now.
Huh?
That is going to mean that the kidnaps from the Wolverine are going to be a little bit less extended, of course, as is not going to have access to the jump pack, and a better recall beacon is going to make sure that you can't play as audaciously, because any trades can't be traded out as effectively.
Fire Strays being able to have Rocket and Gambit is kind of nice. We'll see if Shikigami stick to kind of what won them the map before, but also Domination is going to play even faster than a Convergence like Central Park. So can Shiki maintain this fast tempo that they've been able to create?
That's why dogs are better.
And how Fire Strays are going to try and mitigate that storm, or how can they play at that same speed? Cestroid back on the Cyclops. He was putting up numbers against, I think it was Terra yesterday, while Sloppo will flex around it. Sloppo's Kraken impact on the Bucky, incredible on Spider Islands, not so much on Central Park, so still trying to figure out what would be best for him.
Yeah, shit. Even people
bite.
bite.
Is going to have access to Captain America with the Lunar Snowflake as well, which can be a real issue.
My dogs will growl at you if she wants love.
Puts her own flake for now. May put it onto Frostmaster or onto Leolaz to allow for more audacious flanks.
And same thing for Closer, giving that flake to Sloppo. Gonna try and time this well, as on the jump, Fire Strays are surprised.
Dude. I feel so bad for tank players when they have to play against Wolverine, but at the same time,
but being down in a primary vanguard,
it's actually kind of funny.
Probably not going to be able to contest the point here, as they can't control the space very well.
And this is kind of reminiscent of Celestial Husk, where Shikigami can, quote, win a fight, but off of 1 or maybe 2 eliminations, and Fire Strays can refight that much quicker, being able to reset. Binary on a signature cap. I've been wanting to see him more in a front-to-back brawl style, or even hybrid, than a full Venom dive into the backline. So I'm already liking this composition a lot better for Fire Strays.
Yeah, it's going to give him a lot of power to move on forward. Kai already losing out on quite a bit of... Oh, my goodness. Oh, Blackso's having a bad time once again. Grabbed by the throw, but there was no last stand to follow up on it this time. Is it might be Binary who's the victim of that one, as it's just come off of cooldown. For now, it's a wild goose chase for the Wolverine. Everyone else a little bit faster than him as he plods along slowly and shortly.
I feel like Wolverine is like...
Strays already got a little bit of pressure on the point
doesn't do a lot of damage or anything. If he's missing his abilities, he's just standing there for like 12 seconds.
Yeah, kind of good balancing of those resources.
He can't get close to people because if he gets close, he's going to get hit by,
Cestroid
and all those people.
Or even himself,
while
bringing up the shield against a
5 gifted subs. Absolutely insane, my friend. Good morning. Good morning.
Against that, and Shikigami will be reset, but they do have the Raging Royal Flush to engage with. Znozd about 25% behind, but this flank could be a nuisance. Fire Strays, they're on the jump, and they're on the backline of Shikigami here soon.
Yeah, they have a speed boost from a Raging Royal Flush, so they've outpaced this engagement quite well here. But what are you going to do when the Ruby rages? Usually, you've already seen the Indestructible Guard come out here from Isidore, and so this is your best chance to try and get some value off it towards the back. There's the extra damage, and Frost, Mouse, and Leylaz just find themselves absolutely atomized at the hands of Sestroid. Great timing.
Yo, Milo with the massive prime. How you doing? How you doing?
Oh my God, this guy is popping off. Sestroid with back-to-back game-winning plays, or fight-winning plays, I should say. Even though Shikigami lost Lindstrom so early, Fire Strays didn't have to invest the Raging Royal Flush from Znozd, which will be next on the menu, along with many other ultimates that Fire Strays have in store. And being in a defensive position, Shikigami have to find their way around.
All right, Znozd going to give extra speed here for everyone to try and disengage from Emma's feminine wiles. Inside of a Dance for a Butterfly, so things are not going well for the side of Shikigami. Slopper begins to cut through them with a Sonic Katana, and she will find her only this time. Can Frost Mountain even escape? Yes,
oh, he actually made it to spawn. I was about to say, where's he going?
About 80%. Shikigami have to now consider, are they going to portal? Are they going to have to race to the point? Might have to be Leylaz or somebody that has to sneak by, and Fire Strays are watching carefully. Now the race is on for Shikigami to have one last swing in this round, and they have a mountain to overcome when it comes to the score.
All right, fastball opens some space, but not much more than that. Does cost the healing regeneration factor of Frost Mountain. Binary going to be in trouble. Seems to have avoided the Feral Leap for now. So it's all down to Leylaz, but guess what? Blackso's on top of this for now. However, they are going to have their Meteor M exploded. Couldn't handle the capacity, and Isidore is just dominating of a neutral when it comes to the Gamma Collapse.
Halo, don't even worry about that person, bro. He said that he considers his 18-year-old
in front of a jolly green giant.
Fuck yeah, you're a kid at 18, bro.
It was a good job from Leylaz to go underneath the fight, go in touch, and it split the focus of Fire Strays, bringing closer towards the point, had him sort of isolated away from the rest of the team, and Shikigami locked down the correct targets. So now the Raging Royal Flush advantage to Shiki's side, but Sestroid has defined a lot of these fights off of these Ruby Rages, but Shikigami needs to just position against it, be ready to avoid it, and I don't know if they can.
Who are your dream heroes slash villains that have in the game in the coming seasons?
Will hurt. Close to taken down by Kath. Oh, Kath with a double. She's got the ice arts going on right now, and what artistry she's created.
Thanks.
It's so nice to have that flank to anybody who wants to take an angle.
To be honest with you, I don't know.
Sloppo has been very quiet in this map so far. It's been Fire Strays relying on the poke, as Frost Mountain's going to be hurled into the chaos of Fire Strays, who don't have a strat ult yet to try and mitigate the storm.
To be honest with you, I'm that firm believer. Like, I really don't care what character comes out into this game. Like, I didn't even know who Cyclops was. I heard about Cyclops, didn't even care. I don't, listen, I don't, whatever. But, like, the only thing I care about is if they make the character very fun to play. And I think Cyclops is fun to play. I don't know who Psylocke was when I first started playing this game. I started playing Psylocke. She's a lot of fun. Didn't know who Moon Knight was. Played Moon Knight. Like, as long as their kit is fun, it doesn't really matter who they come out with this. No, I was not big in the comics chat at all, actually.
Shikigami,
I think I
they're
only
getting
watched,
back into this. I don't know. I mean, Fire Stray Sloppo,
I
he's
think I
learned
only
his
watched
lesson.
like
I mean, he was
2
able to put
Marvel
on the pressure
movies
on
in my entire
Shikigami's
life
strat
before
line
I
back
started
on
playing Marvel
Celestial
Rivals.
Husk, but he was on Star-Lord. There's
think I watched, like,
iframes. There's maybe some better
Endgame and-
escapability. I don't know. We don't see what's going on
I don't
with
know what
Sloppo,
else.
but Kath diffing Sloppo.
Oh,
getting
yes, I did,
these
Meg.
double eliminations, being the MVP. Shikigami's backline have just done this 180 compared to yesterday. And Fire Stray's how they're able
Yes, I did,
to
Meg.
still support each other. I mean, you have 0 casualties on Cestroid's side. Like, he's really carrying these fights too.
Oh, Snost is having some trouble getting involved in these. 5.2k healing so far. That's probably because Blackso is getting isolated so often by being grabbed by the Wolverine.
Games like this is how I
Binary
got
doesn't
into
require
comic
that
book
much
stuff.
Healing on account of being a flanking Captain America.
The plot
So this is
sickens.
probably
Appreciate
meaning
it,
that
7
they are
months.
having
To
some
be honest
trouble
with you,
in terms of
I love this
matching the
game,
pace
and
of
just
these
like Overwatch, I
strategies
played
ultimately.
Overwatch for a very long time. I really don't care about the lore,
Mikaya,
chat.
Emma, I mean,
I don't
there's
care about the lore.
so
I
much
don't care
speed and
about the
mobility on the
background
Fire
of the
Stray side,
characters.
along with
If
a
the
Blackso
character
Emma
to come out
shield.
with is fun,
It's gonna
I
be
will
nice.
play it.
Gotta call out when that diamond form is gonna be
I
used.
feel
Such
like
a long
I'm one of
cooldown.
those
That
people who
Emma
just
mirror
really
could
don't
also
care
be
about
what
any of that
anchors
stuff.
the
I just
objective,
play the
while
game to play
Binary
the
and
game because the
Isidore
game's
find
fun.
their way around the perimeter, which right now Shikigami stand on this island as Binary wants to break them up.
All right, Freedom Charge breaks up multiple members of Fire Strays. Needs to get back to the team and start applying that over HP. However, Shikigami, they are going to be able to hold strong on the point for now. No additional space is being gained. In comes the Raging Royal Legend, though. Leilas is doing so much damage as they stop Sloppo in their tracks. And Binary just to do their best to run around the point. Back to Bruce Banner mode. Goes with Big Hulk. And so a quick escape into the arms of
Marvel is
Achilles to try and
awesome.
regenerate
Did I ever say
the
Marvel
rage
was not
that's
awesome?
necessary
I
to
just said I
activate
don't
that
care about the
green
lore
mode.
or anything. I just
Blackso
play the game
grabbed
because I like
by
the game.
Wolverine, and Kai is there for the finish, but Slopper's return with a Dance with Butterflies in the back pocket. You can move towards the back line now and escape.
If I say I like apples, are you guys gonna say, what the fuck, what's wrong with you? Why don't you like bananas? Like,
Kath is left alone with no one there to help her. Isidore's back in the Hulk form, and now 15% for Shiki.
And even just the initial Raging Royal Flush from Fire Strays, they just have Vanguards in their sight lines. But what they can depend on is the Cestroid picks from Leilas to Kath. He has been the difference maker for Fire Strays. But it's
wow,
Shikigami
you didn't mention
that
Orange's
will have to give
hater.
us the point eventually.
Look at the DPS character killing 2 people.
Refight here for Shikigami.
Good shit by
Bro,
Cat.
what's he doing back there? my Luna on the wild flank getting the value. Third duelist, welcome back. Oh my goodness, and Kath has earned herself an ult off the back of this as well.
What an insane turnaround for Shikigami. You thought they were giving it up, and now they have not surrendered. And they'll have the fate of both worlds, the fate in their hands to try and create a reverse sweep if they can win Warrior Falls.
Binary for now, exchanging fire with Isidore, uses the Indestructible Guard for his own HP at the moment. And that
Yeah,
might
if we
mean
go
that
to a
there's
match
an opening
5,
here for
this would
Fire
also be
Strays to
cinema.
have a free ultimate. Stopper gets grabbed though by the last stand, taken back down onto Kai, who must have had a huge amount. Oh, what a freeze from Kath. And now can try and shut down Binary before anything goes
Kath
too
is popping
far.
off right now.
Destroyed still with the Ruby Rage. Sees Kath, knows that they can try and blow through that ultimate, but instead is just going to disengage and allow this one to play out.
This Shikigami backline just seems so undiveable. Like, Kath is hitting her freezes. Lindstrom on Loki last map was so hard to hit. And Lindstrom is able to kind of patty cake with Kath well enough that Binary's value is just not there right now. Or at least it's taking time to develop. 90%. Will Shikigami take Burn into T'Challa? Fire Strays will have one last swing at this.
How have the games been so far? The first series was a roll. The second series was one of the best series ever. This is the third series, and it's, if Shikigami wins this, then this is the second best of 5 in a row. So, which sucks because I didn't watch the last game because I was dealing with some phone issues.
And when it comes to dominance over the point, Shikigami are just absolutely breaking down the world as the Hulk's fists pummel upon the masonry.
And
they are a war drum beat
like
for Shikigami
we are
to march us
actually
to match number
going
5.
To a match number 5. Who's on the NA schedule today? NA schedule is here. You can see it. Team Liquid Citadel against YWL, 100 Thieves against Swamp Gaming, FlyQuest against Sentinels, and STD against TSM.
Deja vu from the preseason playoffs.
And
we'll find out where we end the
Citadel
series
with the
after
5
this.
gifted subs as well. Absolutely insane. How are you going to be here? You don't play until 2 more games. You don't play till 5 hours. Absolutely crazy though. Appreciate it. We love a good co-stream. Hey, I appreciate it. I am dying right now. So don't vote for 100 Thieves today. Listen, I think 100 Thieves is a good team, but they actually cut it real close with what was it, chat? STD? I think it was, yeah, like, bro, I feel like if you're cutting that close to that team, I don't think you're gonna win in the upper brackets. Oh, you can't see it? Can you see it? Team Liquid Citadel against YWL, 100 Thieves against Swamp Gaming, FlyQuest against Sentinels, STD against TSM. See? Jay3's predictions never scammed. Never scammed. 100% correct. FlyQuest is looking real good, though. FlyQuest, no, it doesn't say never slammed, chat. It says never scammed. That's a C. Never scammed. That's what a scammer would say. Chat. Let me borrow 10 bucks. I'll give you guys $5 back. You know what's a scam? You guys want to talk about what an honest, what a real scam is? All those assholes in grade school who are always like, hey, come here. Can I borrow a piece of paper? Can I borrow a pencil? Can I borrow some gum? You're not borrowing, bro. You're keeping that shit. They never fucking give that shit back. And then every time you want to borrow a pencil or a pen or something from them, they never have it. That's a scam. Nah, man. Nuggy16 for 4 months. Appreciate it, my friend. How you doing? Bro lent me some paper 30 years ago and never got over it. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Wait, what? That's cool and all, but I'm listening, but I ain't about to listen to some phoneless bum talking. Bro! I went to go order a new phone, but I can't order a new phone because my phone, when I went to go order a new phone, it says, hey, we're texting your phone a code. Please type in the code. I can't fucking get a phone! Oh my god, dude. And now Okay, the link that wasn't working before is now working. And now it says the phone that I ordered is canceled because Emily is at the phone place right now trying to get my phone fixed. Buy an Android and get your life together, Jay. I've used an Android for my whole life until I think I was like 27, 28 years old. And then I decided to buy an Apple. And then I just never looked back. I don't know. Apple's just... Start the game. Oh, yeah. Let me start the game for you real quick, bro. I got you, man. How are you in the house 24/7 and your phone is broken? First of all, I'm not in the house 24/7. And second of all, apparently, my motherboard on my cell phone cried. Never heard that shit in my life before, but of course it happens to me. I've never heard that shit. How does a motherboard fry on a cell phone? What's up, my friend? No Apple Care? No, bro, because I think Apple Care is a scam. I never buy insurance for anything that I buy. Except your car, obviously, because you need that. I think, oh, do you want to buy a 4-year protection? I never do that.
Back-to-back Map 5 amazing series, honestly, after the Sweet Palooza that we saw yesterday, and they feel very different on this one too. I feel like a lot of that has to do just due to Shikigami kind of locking in with the composition that works out well for them, but also the backline really stepping up here, Lemon.
Absolutely. I mean, Kath and Lindstrom have just been untouchable.
I don't drop my phone now. I take very good care of my phone because I know the price.
And Kath was a standout
of buying a phone, and it's mad expensive. I feel like
freezes, even shutting down Slop.
If you buy something expensive for someone and give it to someone, they don't know the value of it, so they treat it like shit. But when you buy it, you're like, oh shit, yeah, I worked this hard for this thing. I'm gonna baby it.
It's a whole different ball game, and Kath was controlling that chaos so well.
She did such a great job on the
Zephyrus for 12 months. Appreciate it, my friend.
But the Invisible One ban, I feel like, is also like another thing that can't be understated. As
do you open sports
the last
trading
2
cards?
It's worked out very well in the favor of Shikigami. And Fire Strays, it just feels like when a specific team up or composition doesn't go their way, they kind of crumble here like that.
Yeah, like they're kind of nerfing Black Soul by getting rid of that Invis and Doctor Strange team up, which I think that, to be fair to Fire Strays, they were one of the pioneers of one thing we didn't get to see on our classic strategy.
We're literally a hurricane zone, bro. Come on, guys.
Hits, which was tied second most on the team, which like she's got some motion on the Luna, and we're seeing why Luna is copying so many bans.
This is true. I bought a car for my sister, and she drove it straight into a tree.
In terms of their approach, whether it's how they were supporting Frost Mountain on the previous map, opting for the Hulk instead of no fastball at all. But I think the story has been now the backline of Shikigami, how they're able to ward away people like Binary, who on the cap is one of the best ones to watch.
Do you think you're a good driver? No, because you play rivals.
To anchor
I feel like people who are my age are really good drivers. You kids nowadays are shitty drivers. You know why? Because we didn't have all that technology with backup cameras and all these side like monitoring. Hey, there's a car next to you and all that. No, we actually had to do it the old-fashioned way.
From Shikigami.
I'm really curious.
We never had self-driving. You guys don't know how to drive. I think Tesla's made you guys, or whatever cars you have, made you horrible drivers.
Because Domination's where they've been focusing on.
I'm gonna be the old man that yells at clouds.
Specifically, and shout out to them. I mean, 14-2, had the most finals on their team and in the game as well, with 9 on that Cyclops, and doing a great job for their squad. But subbed out this time, of course, because Damon will be back on the playing field for their team, and maybe you save the Invis just to try and counter the Wolverine, the fastball special, and also just have, you know, the invisible boundaries to keep your team up as well in some of these team fights. But there's a couple of different options that they can go for. It just feels like the darts that they are throwing at the wall
backup
right now
cameras help
are just
so
not
much.
Sticking in their favor for the win that this Fire Strays team needs.
You know what helps so much? Just moving your neck. Everyone has experienced this with their parents in the car.
But with the way things are trending here,
this is you in the
it just
passenger
feels
set.
like it will be the other direction that things will go.
Everyone has had their parents do this.
We could see the Shiki slingshot finally come to play and be here, realized for the first time in the playoffs for stage 1. But I'm more curious of what the map's going to be. What do we feel in here, Lemon?
I'm not sure. Something that would favor the Star-Lord.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows what I'm talking about. Their parents put their hand behind their headset. I mean, not the headset, the back of the car, bro.
Came in with a game plan to dive with Binary's Venom, with Sloppo's Psylocke, but Shikigami, how they tempo up, really is messing with Fire Strays' ability to slow down.
Because I had an 18-hour stream yesterday, and I don't think it's healthy for you to sit down for 18 hours straight.
Pretty decent. Was able to at least get a point from it off of the C9 that we saw there, which was pretty hilarious. But I don't think any of that's going to happen this time as we go into the ban draft.
Yeah, exciting stuff. I think the Fire Strays, they did look the best they did yesterday on Lower Manhattan while going up against Na'Vi, which is a fairly tall order. And once again, I'm going to be interested to see if Shikigami here... Oh, there it is. Like, the big turning point in this matchup was the Invisible Woman ban on Central Park. So Fire Stray's like, fine.
No
We're
time for
keeping
gym.
Sue, no matter what.
No gym time for me this weekend, chat.
And yeah, kind of thinking back to the lower Manhattan side, like Fire Strays just swapped to so many different things. They actually ended up putting
living without the gym for 4 days,
Wolverine.
chat.
There was some
Sometimes
Bucky. We're getting rid of
off
the
days
Dr.
are good
Strange.
days.
I don't remember the last time we've seen that, but I think
you
to
need
be
your
able
body
to
to
portal
heal.
back into fights, especially for that first point fight, is pretty a big deal.
I mean, yeah, you're right. The first fight portal is important, but also they're like, okay, you still can't have the Doctor Strange Invisible Woman team up. There are 2 people involved. If you protect one, we're still gonna ban the other, bro. That is unreal stuff from Shikigami. That they are drinking a full gallon of haterade against this team up.
And Shikigami stick to that last protect of the Wolverine because you know Fire Strays, they're trying to force that matchup yet again. That's why they keep the Invisible Woman. That's why you have the Star-Lord. Although you just have to make sure you're not in reach of Frost Mountain because there's all the flips in your back pocket are not going to save you from the clutches of Frost Mountain. And we saw the pain of that on Central Park. And if I'm Fire Strays, I'm starting to get real nervous because you thought they had a handle on this series and they had an answer to Frost Mountain, but Shikigami
also, I just noticed Fire Strays did not save or ban
it's
Gambit.
Ridiculously
interesting.
Tough.
They probably just knew that they were going to get it anyways.
Situation
so
where
that's
not only are you
cool.
being reverse swept, but you might be getting reverse swept out of Ignite and into promo relegation. Fire Strays were so close to victory they could taste it. And Shikigami, they have stolen the joy from their mouth. Literally reached into their mouths, stolen the joy, and
Love the videos, been watching you for years. Hey, appreciate it, my friend.
Fire Strays, kind of funny enough, when it comes to the preseason playoffs, Fire Strays were the ones who almost reverse swept Shikigami out of those preseason playoffs until Shikigami won in Game 5 and then eliminated Fire Strays. With Shikigami, can they make it a two-peat? Now it matters so much more because preseason wasn't affecting your standings in Stage 1. It's just, you know, money loss, which is important. But now, like we've all said, promo relegation is on the line.
And there's no safety for this team. They have a very wide variety of performances. You know, Fire, we've seen incredibly high highs, we've seen incredibly depressing lows. And unfortunately for Fire, they may be getting the depression low soon. However, with Sue back on their side for closer, they can do a much better job of shutting down Frost Mountain. One of the Shikigami main advantages here, though, is this portal.
And also the res beacon from Fire Strays. They've abandoned the gambit. It is open. They realize they really aren't winning decisive, convincing fights off the Raging Royal Flush. So Fire Strays are going back to old comforts, and having that forgiveness of that first pick may make a difference for this defense.
Actually, no Gambits present despite no bans on Gambit. Kind of crazy stuff has come through already. Black Souls had to back off due to the flight of the Wolverine, but now that the flying era is over, you can move on forward. We see a quick grab in, coming to try and grab Binary, and now it's Black Souls time. We see excellent patty cake here. This waltz, this start of Fire Strays to keep the point contest and deny away that first tick of progress.
Gambit
like
isn't banned
from Fire Strays because you also want to play in choke points with Black So, but he needs kind of a strong front line to help support him. You want to maintain the space if you're Groot to have these walls last as long as they can to create that arena, that fight, which Shikigami so far have already claimed 1/3 of the objective.
Interesting.
Matango is allowed for that first point to come on through. A banhammer towards the back. I'm not sure who Binary targeted with that one. Likely one of the strategists to try and get that break point on the damage, but Cap now tries to counter-strike. Out comes the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. Fastball drives forward Frost Mountain, who for now is just going to be rebuffed by disengagement from Fire Strays. Oh, an attempted cancel there on the ultimate. Black So falling low, taken to the sky.
Oh!
Come through in time.
Get the reset, get the reset. Nice, get the reset, get the reset.
To dominate in the
Nice, get the reset.
Counterpart, they're actually body blocking everyone away.
Get
from
the reset. Oh my
coming
God,
for Fire
come on,
Strays.
Leolas, you had that,
in
bro.
The doghouse, but are they going to be put down entirely by Shikigami?
Appreciate it. Come on,
that
man.
Candle was starting to be lit, all thanks to Cap. Good placement on the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, completely zoning off Fire Strays, allowing that second tick to be earned so that Leolas could end it once and for all with the Kraken impact.
Come on, man.
Shikigami, you could tell they're hungry. They want to be able to continue into playoffs and to pull off this reverse sweep as Demon's a little bit body blocked, but he's able to get out.
Good pocket coming through to make sure there's not an additional stagger here for Fire Strays, who now have a pretty healthy ult bank to try and work with. Yet
Yo,
again,
what's up,
the Vanguards, they are
we
suffering.
can't.
Miserable to
It's just
play
that the next few
against
days
the
I'm doing watch
fastball
parties.
If you're a Vanguard.
So I'm usually not playing. I'm usually not playing.
Make something work here. Blackso grabbed in. There's going to be plenty of healing. They managed to break through the invisible boundary, looking in towards the top. Yet again, an attempted shutdown here onto Damon, but unable to connect him into the wall, and so no final hit will come on through. All
good, man. All good. Also, my phone broke on Wednesday, so we couldn't play on Wednesday either, which sucks.
Comes the ban hammer from
Bro, it's been a horrible week, man.
Shikigami, but Shikigami tend to pass those.
Yeah, I mean, Shikigami are just layering up, and such a good kidnap from Frost Mountain after they identified that the Ironwood wall from Blackso was
Aren't
down.
you about to play?
And
no,
then
not
they got
really.
the
We have to
claim,
finish
the
this series,
bubbles,
and then we have to
and
finish
true,
another
like you
series.
said, the invisible boundary, incredible. Big investments, though, for Shikigami to fully wipe out Fire Strays from this fight. And now that means Fire Strays have the ultimate advantage, but no strategist. Blackso has to have a massive
Jay3,
strangling prison. And when you have a Doctor Strange shield, when you have Hulk bubbles, this is going to be really difficult for Blackso to pull off.
Cannot do that.
Need perfect objective discipline here. Who gets grabbed into the ultimate? It seems we're all in on Isidore. Is there a reset though? Sloppo in onto Bruce Banner. He's just a little scientist, but Sloppo says no to the science. Once again, resets off the back of a Kraken. In fact, I think that's
Ooh, keep going! Oh, keep going!
To come on through as
hit the yeah!
Do not have this ultimate. Do not have this ultimate. Take you away from that objective.
Where is this door? Okay, he finally falls off the map because you do not want to be staggered at this point. Still 2.5 minutes. But yeah, Shikigami, I like that disengage. You're not giving up too much ult charge to Fire Strays. And Blackso, yeah, not getting a ton of value off the Strangling Prison. But he did confirm the elimination with the wall that was placed behind Isidore. A lot more focus going into the Vanguards, but mostly coordinated focus out of Fire Strays, which is what hindered them back on Burn into T'Challa. As now things are all reset. Strategist ultimate-wise, Cat will be the furthest ahead when it comes to the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, and Shikigami have to fight through a strong neutral. Two Buckies, or one Bucky actually, will have to exchange as Layla is on the Star-Lord.
High ground stolen away. Frost Mountain doesn't get anything off the Feral Leap, and so for now, Shikigami are down on one of their major engagement tools. Instead, it's going to be Isidore who goes in, backed up by the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. You can see the resurrection already beginning on the BRB here, and it returns Blackso to the fray. So Kaya has to worry now about getting pinched in between a pair of Vanguards. The closer going down complicates things massively. There's not going to be enough healing here for Fire Strays. Only Znost will remain, and Lindstrom being chased out on the other side is easily grabbed in. Huge play from downtown there. Kaya with a blonde
Shikigami, yo!
Binary doesn't have bubble.
Kaya's really popping off. Wait a minute, chat. Shikigami, they might actually get the reverse sweep, bro.
Second objective. This is massive for Shikigami. I mean, Manhattan is already such a difficult
How did you wake up at 7? I was slumped.
I mean, some teams can't even cap the point. Shikigami had a game plan to even portal behind, and now they've denied that chance for Fire Strays to keep the marathon going. But you have the invisible boundary. If Frost Mountain gets a good claim, Closer has to react.
Frost Mountain wanted this, but Layla's going to be the first one to move here. Cosmic Yarn versus Cosmic Yarn, but Slopper and Blackso, they were actually cut off from the LOS of the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier by the walls of Kaya. Excellent setup here from the Vanguard of Shikigami. You can see the Damon's already been checked. Layla's with a clean clip. Can they get the finish here? There needs to be a heal coming through, and it will be the Guardian Shield.
Yeah, now that you don't have the Doctor Strange from Shikigami, maybe Blackso will have an easier time trying to have that fight-winning Strangling Prison. Now that Shikigami only have a Cosmic Yarn Amplifier to try and respond, he goes for it and doesn't stun anyone.
Before he could deploy the ultimate. Layla's tracking was perfect there, and it feels like Blackso didn't get anything off the back of their own Strangling Prison. Now Sloppo moves on in. Layla's is afflicted with the Cull, but just manages to get out and away from all of this danger. I don't think they've even taken down a Loki clone here, so... Oh, wait, no, Sloppo does have a second go in towards the back, joined by Binary. It's
bro, I'm loving the
Bucky
gameplay, though.
They need to find a final blow. There's still a resurrection on the table as well.
Also, this is crazy.
The ball into this back corner. Sloppo, I believe, rebuffed, denied.
Look at this little bunker that they're making, chat. This is crazy. I've never seen a team holding here before.
As he flings Frost Mountain into the midst of Fire Strays. Damon can try and shut them down here on the off. Once again, through. Bro's had to hold his ult for like 3 lives now, as Damon is just going to be having to respawn again and again and again, and so too does everyone else for Strangling Prison. Shuts them down. Isidore's there with flying Verdant.
Oh my god, they actually fully
emerges from the
capped,
spawn
bro.
once again. All he can do is scream of a legend. What was to be, but what never could be.
They
You just
actually
have to flee, and that's all
fully
you can do
capped,
for
bro.
Fire. A wipe from the board.
And Demon is sent straight to hell. Bro is on the flank.
And they have
Shikigami
41
marked that
seconds
perfectly.
remaining.
The
Bro, they
comms
actually
are
just
so
reverse
good
swept
from
Fire.
Shikigami's side. They are playing so fast. I mean, Frost Mountain is getting hurled
I think
into
Frost
there.
Mountain
Plus,
has to win
Isidore,
MVP, bro. Ever since he went
winning,
Wolverine or something, he's just been different, bro. They reverse swept, man.
That could have been what stabilized Fire Strays to have them take a breath in their lungs. It felt like this has been non-stop fighting from Shikigami, and Fire Strays not able to win a single one.
True, getting reverse swept is very demoralizing. I do feel bad. Also, not only do they get reverse swept and feel bad, but they also get kicked out of the tournament, chat. They're done. Loser goes home. We watched the 2 upper bracket games. Those are done. These are the 2 lower bracket games. You lose, you're out. And I think the 2 teams that lose get relegated. So
6 and 6, admittedly 10 and 4 is not too bad.
I feel like this is bad, bro. This is bad.
Finding the opportunity.
I feel bad.
Not getting too much.
I want to give everyone a participation trophy, but
just constantly shut down by the Hulk. And finally, Binary is going to match on the Hulk. This is actually one of Binary's best heroes, but he's been too reticent to actually use it.
Now taking a page out of Shikigami's
book,
can you beat them in that
pseudo
mirror?
That's why Shikigami's winning.
Duelist. Elsa versus
They looked at my board and they saw that I actually started. I voted for them, and now they're starting to lock in.
High health Vanguards with that percentage health damage and a much stronger ultimate compared to a lot of these hit scan duelists with that Apex Predator. Especially if you take a fight in a long lane, you're going to get a lot of value out of Layla's.
Leila's value cannot be understated.
Oh, sorry, I opened my window
the Apex Predator is going to be a major factor later on as well. Sloppo starting to work around the outside. Could find a recall beacon before the fight even begins, but their location has been noted out here by Leila's, and surely has been just reflected to the remainder of the team.
Lindstrom just has to be
Sentinels did not get knocked out. No one lost yet in NA. They all got knocked down to the lower bracket. If they lose today, they are knocked out, yes.
And try to get this objective going, but Shikigami's anchors is what's really hindering Fire Strays right now.
I don't know if you guys hear that, but it's about to storm.
Seems to be checked here. If you're going to top left, it's checked by the Elsa. Top right, Frostmount and Isidore are leaping up to you with absolutely zero mercy. But the Vanguards have made moves here from Fire, claimed a bunch of space and allows for a blast of barrage. A quick TP out to get your health back and have a moment to rest and recuperate, as Damon has got themselves an early move forward. Now it's Frost Mountain who leads the charge. Extra damage coming in from the strangling prison. Good bubble coming through.
I am doing a full watch party all weekend, yes, chat.
A multitude of squishies are caught within these grasping vines, and it just seems that Lindstrom
I think they did not need that, bro. They did not need that.
And Damon has had to put themselves home.
That is a wasted ult.
Form, so wasn't able to deliver
like my chat most of the time when they come to my stream, they're wasted.
While even Blackso tried to mark that against Shikigami.
Oh, and now they're bullying the poor guy. Oh, they're bullying the poor guy. Oh man, that's a huge stagger.
Starting to hurt the host Strays as their time bank is brought down
to
you guys are
always wasted when you guys come here.
Shenanigans. They don't have Doctor Strange, so there's less time to play with than you think.
No second chances. When it comes to that portal, seems like Apex Predator actually hit Kaya's wall bad. Comms there from Shikigami. Might be a little bit of a tilter. You can't let it get to you, though. At this point, you just need to have all hands on deck. Everyone get behind the plan.
Chat, I don't think... I think 99% of the time, you guys are never sober when you guys are in my stream. I need you guys to get sober.
Kath says here we win the first on the back of my Cosmic Yarn. Frost Mountain looking for an opening. Last stand ready to go. Gets isolated. Smacked on down by Binary. Picking up his signature hero finally to match up against Isidore. And now Slot, and now you need to try and find some value from Sloppo. In the midst of all of this, has the Galactic Legend, looks towards the back layer, Laz is down, Isidore's now at the HP to make this one work. Oh, Frost Mountain from across the map slams into the wall, and Sloppo just has to watch on from afar as his team may well have to close out this point without them. Strangling Prison grabs in 3, there's no shield this time to play
That's
with.
a huge ult by Lindstrom, though. Now that was a much better ult. Uh-oh, bro. Uh-oh, Fire Strays. Fire Strays! They might get reverse swept!
Never was able to have an opportunity to find it. Even through Binary forcing the
put your drink down. Stop drinking. Come on.
Fire Strays couldn't
I want you guys to remember this moment.
opportunity to fight.
You guys don't have to be
And the
drunk
opportunity is
24/7.
A potential reverse sweep if Fire Strays do not get their stuff together. Only 30 seconds left.
All right, Blackso caught on the other side of the Ironwood wall right now. So much damage is coming their way. Aggressive plays here from SHIKIGAMI. That's going to be restraining for the He's got 4 players inside of it from Fire, but it's a great regeneration domain. Blackso, you can't go back to swap to Strange. He doesn't exist anymore. Maybe going over onto the Angela to get that additional speed to move towards the point, knowing that there's going to be so much in the way of it. But no, he's just walking back out on the group. Bro simply forgot. He forgot. He didn't know. Damon around the outside. Someone else has got to touch. 1 second to try and make it happen, and overtime is used. Kath brings out the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, and Damon begins to cut through the verdant flesh of the Hulk. But with 92% of the way towards ultimate, this could be the game changer here for Fire Strays. It's not ultimate now. The Cosmic Yarn Amplifier deployed, and extra damage comes through. You get them out of the regeneration domain that was brought out by Lindstrom. So close.
Oh!
Redemption arc, and Lindstrom tries
Bro!
to but this map is exceeding our
SHIKIGAMI,
expectations.
how do you
One
guys
last time.
fumble that?
Fire
15
Strays
seconds left
literally
in the whole
clawed their
game.
way
You guys
back
were at
in.
their
That was a clutch
spawn.
health pack grab
How
from
did they
Demon,
fumble?
And to buy enough time for 10%
How did they
ult charge
fumble?
is all Snos and Closer needed to have the
Literally
edge, to have the one
15
Cosmic Yarn
seconds
amplifier
remaining.
to
They were using their
finally
ults at their
get the
spawn. I don't know why you would do that. I
fight
think you
that
guys
they
should probably,
needed.
you know,
But that
play a
took
little
the
safer and
entirety of
more
their time bank. They're so far behind.
more
Fire
far
Strays are almost
back,
going to need a flawless push because the journey is not done yet, and it could be over if you do not handle SHIKIGAMI.
The peel is solid, but Frost Mountain's back. Cosmic Yarn
You know why
Amplifier,
Rogue
now
is
good to go.
banned.
There's gonna be
Yes,
a
chat.
second
You
battle
want
Regal
ban
Beacon
Rogue
as well
because
for
Rogue
back-to-back
and
Coffee
Gambit team up
rockets.
is too
And so you
strong.
can get a little bit more
Rogue
brave,
doesn't
a little
die
bit more courageous,
if you have-
and you need to do it. You need to have your heart in your very throat right now.
Rogue,
Black
Gambit,
So
team up.
grabs 2 with the follow-up here, but I don't think there's going to be anyone to really move up onto the high ground and follow up upon that strangling prison.
Oh,
Sloppo,
Layla's-
no?
Oh, Sloppo is asleep.
Sleepo, unfortunately, and Black Sword Closer sleeping permanently.
And SHIKIGAMI, yeah, they're trying to be really careful with the off angles that they take. And Fire Strays also doing the same thing, but Galactic Legend, SHIKIGAMI, there's no shelter for you except behind the regen domains.
Ooh,
my
no
God.
kill though.
Yeah, cut away from that one. Too hot for TV. This is going to be Binary coming down the mid side. So much damage going to be taken from the Wolverine. The percentage HP damage just cuts through the World Breaker. Adamantium meets flesh, bone, and sinew, and it cuts through with no mercy.
47 seconds, Fire Strays, they got us all on the edge of their seats. Is it going to be the 2-peat of SHIKIGAMI eliminating them from playoffs to promo relegation? They can go. Sloppo shut down on his Galactic Legend. All eyes are on Demon. If he can cosplay Frost Mountain the best, as he's going to be hurled into the action
game,
at any second here from Binary, as Isidore is going to do the same thing for Frost Mountain.
After this, there's only
Looking
one more
for a
game for
victim. Frost
EMEA.
Mountain doesn't find one just yet. Just controls the high ground, and now is just going to try and rejoin the remainder of their team. That constant threat of the Wolverine could be everything. Demon appears to have been stunned somewhere. Maybe going up against Binary, who gets grabbed on in. Doesn't even have time to pop the indestructible guard. Unbelievable target focus. You've got to get inside of the greens, but the greens are so far away from the objective itself. And so it's an arduous march here for Fire to keep the objective contested. Black So grabbed away. Demon with the last stand. Seems that the regeneration domain has got everything that they need. And the Shiki slingshot has been pulled back.
Yep,
and
that's
it's been
game though,
fired
chat.
towards the homes of Fire themselves. SHIKIGAMI refused to lose. They deny the tide. They
I
deny
can't. Oh, you
death,
saw him,
and
bro.
they
You
bring
saw him.
themselves further into the
I
bracket.
can't believe.
Isidore on his feet.
I
Kaya broke
cannot
his webcam.
believe,
What a
bro.
series that we had between these two teams.
They
The
actually
rivalry will end for now.
reverse swept it,
SHIKIGAMI
dude.
reverse sweep.
Oi!
And to identify.
I'm
I
so
think that was the
glad
Black
they
Sword
reverse
Diamond
swept
form to
because
try
my
and anchor,
prediction-
and then to claim her
My
with the
prediction
Wolverine. I mean,
was
the
true.
coordination for SHIKIGAMI really precious.